Okay, welcome to the latest episode of Every Platform, everyone. Bit of an odd intro, I know, but passing through we've got 170,622, heading off to Nottingham from Birmingham New Street. So yes, hello guys, welcome to the latest episode of Every Platform, and today and tomorrow, theoretically being Friday the 21st and Saturday the 22nd of February, we are in Nottinghamshire. We are clearing the rest of the county on this video. So to start with, we're doing two stations on the Friday, which we're not able to get in on the Saturday. We are actually getting, so we're getting two done today and then the rest done on the Saturday. So today's first station is Attenborough, located in the village of Attenborough. This station is actually in Derbyshire, I believe. Let me just confirm that. No, it is in Nottinghamshire. It's on the Midland Main Line itself, between East Midlands Parkway and Nottingham. So this is like the only intermediate station that sort of sits between them, along with Bleasby. The station during World War I had its platforms extended as it was used as an interchange for soldiers and workers heading for the National Shell Filling Factory at Chilwell. So that's quite cool. And the footbridge over there was, the footbridge was replaced in 2007 with the one you just saw. Sorry, it's a bit windy. Receiving a new steel deck and stairways. So yes. In terms of the services, it's an hourly service between Matlock and Nottingham via Derby, an hourly service between Leicester and Lincoln. Alternate trains also continue on to Grimsby Town. We also have another train coming through whilst I was saying all that, which is 170-108. Heading off to Cardiff Central. So yes, there is a small number of cross-country services that also call here. So if you do wish to check out any updates on trips and posts, please do check out my Facebook group, also my Instagram at KTV for story updates. We're now going to make our way to the next station on the plan, which is Aslockton, which is the other station between Nottingham and Grantham. The rest of the day for Saturday we'll be covering Nottingham to Newark Castle and Nottingham to Grantham in full, barring Aslockton today, which will have been covered prior because we won't be able to get it in on the Saturday. Update you soon. Right, arriving there now is the 1024 East Midlands Railway service from Leicester to Grimsby Town, and we've got a 158 on this. It is 158788. We're going to take this to Nottingham. I'll take you soon. Right, we've now made it to Nottingham. Already done the station, obviously, so we're not going to be doing more of it. But here is the 1046 East Midlands Railway service to Skegness, 17423, which we're going to take to Aslockton. So we'll update you when we get there. Right, there goes 17423, that's the next Southern unit, or GTR, heading off to Skegness from Nottingham. Here we are at Aslockton station. This is one station in between Nottingham and Grantham, so EMR services from Liverpool Lime Street to Norwich will pass through here, according to Chris as well, who is here.
There's one train a day in each direction which calls here, as well as Bingham.
Yeah, so you do get those. Sophie and of course Kat are also here as well. So we've got the four of us today. There's a few more joining us on the Saturday as well, but well, a couple more. But yeah. So we'll talk a couple of facts about Aslockton in a second, but here we are. Right, welcome to Aslockton station, serving the villages of Aslockton and Wotton in the Vale. What a name, in Nottinghamshire. It also draws passengers from other nearby villages as well to the area. It's about 10 miles out of Nottingham. The station has had a bit of history. 1963 passenger steam trains between Grantham, Bottesford, Elton Orston, Aslockton, Bingham, Radcliffe, Netherfield and Colwick, Nottingham to London Road and Nottingham Victoria were all replaced with them diesel multiple units on this line. So it was steam operated up until the 60s, which is actually quite late, I would say, for steam, which is quite interesting. There are trains every hour or every 2 hours. It's quite a irregular service here to Nottingham and Boston and Skegness via Grantham, and of course less frequent trains to destinations such as Norwich and Liverpool. On Sundays there's only 3 services normally, one to Liverpool, one to Skegness and one to Norwich. So the service is generally very irregular. It's 11:09, the next departure in any direction is gone 1 PM. So it is generally a very irregular, sporadic, every 2 hour service or 2.5 hours, something like that. So yeah, that's Aslockton. That's the 2 stations we're doing on the Friday section of this video. The Saturday section will feature everything else. So we shall see you on Saturday.
Bye.
Bye for now. Literally next clip. Right, so there goes 175.16. Welcome to the Saturday part of this video. We are at Carlton station first of all today, with quite a significantly staggered platforms layout. So fun fact, we were actually meant to start today at Bleasby, but guess what? EMR did EMR. Well, train company to train company, basically.
Some shenanigans.
Yes, they did. Our train was delayed leaving Derby. It was 22 minutes late due to a train fault.
Delayed leaving Crewe.
Delayed leaving Crewe originally, because it's Crewe Newark Castle, and ended up at Nottingham for them to tell us they're running it non-stop to Newark Castle. So all the stops in between got cancelled and they just ran it straight to Newark. So we got off and we've just had to rejig the plan slightly, but luckily we can still get everything done.
Yeah. And that train was an all stops train.
It was an all stops train, so now it's just one stop. All right, anyway, we'll do some facts about Carlton in a second, but yeah, here we are. So welcome to Carlton station, serving the town of Carlton in Nottinghamshire. Station is about 3 miles out of Nottingham, so it's not that far away, on the Nottingham to Lincoln line. Station was renamed Carlton in 1974, opened as Carlton in 1846, but did get named Carlton and Netherfield for Gedling and Colwick in 1896, and renamed Carlton and Netherfield in 1973. So yes, there is a slight bit of history. 2 staggered platforms. The station is Carlton Centre is a considerable distance away, but also Netherfield station, which we will be visiting today as well, is actually closer than so it's actually closer to Netherfield than it is to Carlton itself, but it's called Carlton. So yes, hourly service generally here, with trains running to Crewe via Nottingham and eastbound to Newark, with a few trains at peak time, lucky, continuing to Lincoln Central from Leicester. So, and there's a reduced service on Sundays. Station also has a plus bus scheme where trains and bus tickets can be bought together for a cheaper price, and it's in the same area as Beeston, Bulwell, Netherfield and Nottingham. So yes, anyway, that's Carlton done. Our next station is going to be Fiskerton. We'll update you soon. Okay, arriving in now is the 0908 East Midlands Railway service from Crewe to Newark Castle. This one not running late.
And not skipping all the
and not
sections.
skipping, no. So this time, it is another 170, but this time it's 170 270. It's ex Transport for Wales / ex Greater Anglia before that. And we're going to take this over to Fiskerton. Might also be Lowdham, but we are just going to figure that out just for a moment and then let you know where we're at. Okay, we're now here at Fiskerton. With 170 270 heading off to Newark Castle from Crewe. Additionally calling at Burton Joyce because of the cancelled train before that, but it doesn't really matter anyway because we'll be going there later. So this is Fiskerton station, quite nice looking. Sort of nearer to Newark now at this point, but we will sort of be up and down the line quite a bit today. So yeah, update you shortly. Okay, welcome to Fiskerton station, and just before anything else we have a class 70 hauling an oil train just coming through the station. That one goes. So Fiskerton station. This station is on or serves the village of Fiskerton in Nottinghamshire. It is also located about 3 miles away from the market town of Southwell, which isn't actually that far away. That is how you say it, although if you read it, it looks like it says Southwell. It's actually called Southwell. So that's how you say it. The station opened in 1846 by the Midland Railway. A signal box was installed in 1902. It was a Midland Railway Type 3A box. Take make of that what you will. And the platforms actually did get extended here in 2017 to cater for longer trains. And it was announced a plan in 2020 to relocate the signal box to the Vale of Berkeley Railway in Gloucestershire. So yes, completely unstaffed station, offers limited facilities, so it's got, you know, your standard help points and ticket machines and everything like that. Although I don't know if the station even has, oh no, it does have a ticket machine. So yes, and it's an hourly service here, 1 train per hour to Crewe, 1 train per hour to Newark Castle. The station is also served by a small number of trains between Leicester, Nottingham, Lincoln and Grimsby, and there is also 1 train a day to and from London St Pancras, which calls here, and it's operated by a Meridian.
Yeah,
they do call here at Fiskerton, so it's 1 a day, and I think it leaves Lincoln early in the morning. It's like 6 something, and then I don't know if there's a return journey, but I know there is 1 going out of Lincoln, so it does call here. And the Sunday there is roughly an hourly service between Nottingham and Lincoln for a mid-morning with no London trains. So yes, there is Fiskerton, nice 2-platform station in the countryside. We're going to head to our next stop, Bleasby. Update you soon. So approaching in now is going to be the 11:48 East Midlands Railway service from Newark Castle to... Oh god, sorry, I completely butchered that. 09:48 service, sorry, to Crewe from Newark Castle. I'm going 2 hours ahead. 170 270 again. See you shortly. So 172.70 there, heading off to Crewe from Newark Castle. Welcome to Bleasby station. This is one of the lesser served ones on the line. We will be talking a couple of facts about the station in just a moment. But again, Bleasby, staggered platforms for the second time in 3 stations.
Most of the stations on this line are staggered.
Yeah, that's quite cool. With a level crossing in the middle. So yeah, we'll give you a couple more facts in a second. Alright, welcome to Bleasby. The station serves the village of Bleasby in Nottinghamshire. Station really only has a short amount of trains that actually serve here. There's not many at all. We luckily got off that one, which did stop. Again, a station, I don't know if it does have a ticket machine, because this one not served as often. Anyway, here at Bleasby it is generally one train every 2 hours to Matlock. Well, it was Matlock, it's Crewe now, sent via Nottingham. It used to be Matlock though, I was going to add that. And also one train every 2 hours to Newark Castle. And then the small number of trains between Leicester, Nottingham and Lincoln, even smaller on this particular route, because again it's not served very often. So yes, it was opened in 1846 by the Midland Railway, and the original station buildings, which don't really exist anymore, were here, and it all changed when British Rail took over in 1948. And obviously the Beeching Acts happened, so we started making things less significant, or knocking things down, or closing stations. So yes. Anyway, so as I said before as well, the station layout is a staggered platform as well, and yeah, that is Bleasby station. Not much to really write home about. Let's just say it just serves, it obviously has its significance serving the village, but not very many trains. So yes, our next station is Lowdham, and we'll update you soon. There goes 175.17 there, heading off to Leicester from, I think that's Grimsby Town to Leicester. So yeah, then that one goes. Right, arriving now is going to be the 10:52 East Midlands Railway service to Crewe from Newark Castle. We've got 175.04. And we're going to take this to Lowdham. I'll update you when we get there. Ex West Midlands unit. So there goes 175.04. We're now here at Lowdham station. This is probably the busiest station on the line, because it serves the town of Lowdham, and it's one of the only towns on the line, I should say, along obviously with Newark. But yes, and of course Nottingham being the city. But yeah, this station is hourly service here, I believe, and I believe the Leicester Lincolns also call here. So generally I think it's actually every 30 minutes here, but I could be wrong. We'll double check shortly. But yeah, Lowdham station, here we are. Right, welcome to Lowdham station. The station is grade 2 listed, as you can tell by the building over there. So it's a station that serves the village, actually it's not a town, the village of Lowdham in Nottinghamshire. The station opened in 1846. Station made national headlines in 1953 when a train stopped blocking the level crossing for 45 minutes as the engine driver and his fireman had an argument. So that's interesting. It was Grade 2 listed in 1986, and in October 2020 was when the 1896 signal box at the level crossing was removed overnight to be restored by the Lowdham Railway Heritage Charity. So yes. In terms of it, it is so it's 1 train per hour to Crewe, 1 train per hour to Newark Castle, and it is apparently only served by a small number of the Leicester to Lincoln trains, so I don't actually think it's served that often. And also there is a daily service to London St Pancras here. There's 2 services that leave Lincoln to go to St Pancras. One calls at Fiskerton, and then the second one calls here but doesn't call at Fiskerton. Whilst the other one calls at Fiskerton and doesn't call here. So yes. On Sundays there's an hourly service between Nottingham and Lincoln only. So yes, that is Lowdham station. Like I say, it is the busiest station on the line, I'm sure, but yes. Also, there's a farm next to us. How lovely. Right, our next station, we're going back to Fiskerton now, because obviously of our disruption this morning. We're just trying to get back on plan, so we kind of need to position ourselves to do that. So we're going to Fiskerton now, and then we're going to head to our next station, which is going to be Thurgaton. But to get there, we're going to go back to Fiskerton first. I'll update you shortly. Right, approaching now is the 11:12 East Midlands Railway service to Newark Castle. This time we've got 175.33. Back to Fiskerton we go. .175.33 there. We'll wait for that to come back because we're here at Fiskerton, and then we're going to make our way to Thurgaton, our next stop on the line. I'll update you shortly. Right, arriving now is going to be 175.33. It's on the 11:44 East Midlands Railway service to Crewe, which we're taking to Thurgaton. Right, there goes 175.33 heading off to Crewe from Newark Castle. Welcome to another staggered platform station in Thurgaton. Again located on the same line we're on at the moment, the Nottingham to Lincoln line. Once we are off this line, by the way guys, we will be heading on the line to Grantham to do that line as well, and do all stations on that line, because obviously we did 2 yesterday if you remember. Aslockton and Attenborough, and we're doing the rest today. It does include Elton and Orston, don't worry, we haven't forgotten about it. It is, did I say Elton? Is it Elston and Orton, or Elton and Orston? It's something like that. It's a very poorly served station anyway, but it is being done today, so yes, update you shortly. Welcome to Thurgaton station, serving the small village of Thurgaton. The station again is a grade 2 listed station with a level crossing in the middle, staggered platforms, so it's exactly the same as some of the others on the line. Opened again in 1846, and much of the station remains the same. The only thing that they've added is the barriers to make it a bit more modern, but other than that the station is pretty much alike from its first opening, so they haven't really done anything more to that. It's nice that they have kept the station building alive. We will have a look at that as well if we can, but I don't know if you can go around the front of it actually, because I think it's owned by someone. Bit the same, the station does have limited facilities. The level crossing is just going down for a passing train, I believe. It is actually a 158 that's coming through. We should see that shortly, but yeah, this is Thurgaton station, and it's 1 train every 2 hours here as well, so yes. Right, passing through now is a 158. It is 158 777. That is heading through. I believe that is heading for Cleethorpes from Leicester. So yes. Nope, it's not. That is heading to Lincoln Central. It's running 6 minutes late. So yeah, there that one goes.
Cool.
Right, arriving in now is our train to Rolleston. It is 170 272. Ex-Transport for Wales again. I know. This is the 12:14 to Newark Castle. I'll update you shortly when we get to Rolleston. Right, the partner there is 170 272 heading off on believe, yeah, it's the slightly delayed 12:24 service to Newark Castle. It's last stop now. We're now here at Rolleston. We'll update you shortly with some facts. Alright, welcome to Rolleston, located about half a mile from the small village of Rolleston, one of the Trent side villages, near Southall as well. So yeah, that's kind of where Rolleston is. The station does adjoin Southall Racecourse, so probably quite popular for horse racing around here, which is probably why a lot of people have got off the train. Wonder if there's an event today or something. Opened in 1846, train started running between Nottingham and Lincoln. Was previously known as Rolleston Junction, as it used to be the junction for the railway line to Southall and Mansfield, which in its latter years played host to the Southall Paddy service. The line closed to passengers in 1959 though, so yes. In terms of services, is one train every 2 hours here. There is also a 2-hourly service on Sundays that run between Nottingham, Lincoln and Grimsby with no service to Crewe. So they do run that service, and it does stop here at Rolleston, so it does get a Sunday service unlike some. Rolleston's neighbouring stations are Newark Castle around 4 miles east and Fiskerton around 3.25 mile west. So they are pretty sort of nearby to each other. You can actually see, even though you can't see it on film, if you actually come here you can see Fiskerton from here, and likewise if you're at Fiskerton you can just about see Rolleston.
Yeah. It's definitely not 3.25 miles, I'll tell you that much.
No, it's probably about 3/4 of a mile.
Yeah,
that's probably what I meant to say, 3/4 of a mile. Anyway, we're going to head on a bus now and head to Newark Castle, so we'll update you soon. Right, going out there is 19122. That is a Trident Enviro 400 heading out to Newark bus station. We're just here at Newark Castle station now. It's just dropped us off on the 28 route, which we just took from Rolleston. Our first bus of the day. Bit of a late one. It was going to be our second, but due to the disruption it's our first. But there we are. So Stagecoach route, Stagecoach East Midlands. We head to Newark Castle. We've done this station already, so we don't need to do it again, but we are just changing here to head back to Lowdham to then go to our last station that we need on this line, Burton Joyce. I'll update you soon. Okay, now just on the at Newark Castle again. Gonna head on the train and head over to Lowdham. I'll update you shortly. There goes 17512 heading off to Crewe. We're back at Lowdham, done the station already, but we are just changing here to get a bus operated by Nottingham City Transport, or as they're abbreviated, NCT. Take them over to Burton Joyce, the last station we need on this line. Update you shortly. Right, we are now here in Burton Joyce. And there goes our bus, the 26, which heads from Southall to Nottingham. We got off at Burton Joyce, so it goes through some of the stations that, or areas that are on the line, not directly near the station a lot of the time though. But there we had a Scania Enviro 400 taking us there. So we're going to head to Burton Joyce station, the last station we need on this line now. Right, welcome to Burton Joyce station, the last station we need on this line. Serving the large village of Burton Joyce in Nottinghamshire. Station is located in between Carlton and Lowdham, just to give you an idea about where the station basically is. This station, the builders did actually face a good bit of opposition because they didn't want the railway station being built directly in the village, so they built it outside of the village instead, which it basically is. The westbound platform was also shortened significantly when loco trains were replaced in the 1960s, so that has obviously been a change. It was opened in 1846 along with most of the other stations on this line. It's got two platforms, as you can tell, and the car park over there is only 5 spaces. It's a tiny little car park just over there. They can only fit a very, very small amount, very select amount of cars. Not often you see a car park that tiny. Sometimes there just isn't one, and sometimes there's a big one, but that's just 5 spaces, a tiny little one. So yeah. Burton Joyce is served by Newark Castle's crew trains every 2 hours generally, with additional peak time services, and it's every 2 hours on Sundays as well, between Lincoln and Nottingham only. So yes, there is also an EMR ticket machine, so they have installed that here as well. So that is Burton Joyce done, and that is the Nottingham to Newark line done basically, and everything beyond Newark to Lincoln is also done too. So Nottingham to Lincoln complete, all in full, near enough. Up next we are going back to Nottingham to proceed to do Nottingham to Grantham. Update you shortly. Right, we do have a 170 passing through now, heading to Newark, Grimsby Town, sorry. That'll be Leicester to Grimsby Town, that one. So that one goes. We're now going to wait for our train, which will be the 15:02 service from Newark Castle to Crewe, and we're going to take that back to Nottingham. I'll update you shortly. Alright, arriving in now is going to be the 15:02 service to Crewe from Newark Castle. This is our train to take us from Burton Joyce to Nottingham. On 7270 ex-Transport for Wales. I'll update you when we get to Nottingham. Alright, just outside Nottingham station now. We just got the train in, as you can tell from the last clip. We're just waiting outside, about to catch a bus over to Bingham. So we're now going to go on to the next part of our line, which is going to be Nottingham to Grantham. Our first stop on the line is actually Elton Orston, but we had to change in Bingham to get another bus down, so I'll update you shortly. Right, off goes our bus. That's the 90 heading to heading towards Newark eventually. This is our next bus, the 833, it's an E200. It's the next London one, it looks like. I'm going to take this over to the nearest stop to Elton Orston station, so I'll update you shortly. And there goes the 833 heading off to on a circular route through Bingham or back to Bingham. That's an E200 ex D&G bus. Well, I say ex D&G bus, but Centrebus and D&G share their buses because they're both owned by is it Wellglade? Yeah. So yeah.
Something interesting.
Yeah.
That driver did us a real solid because just up there is the station.
Yeah, so he's dropped us a lot closer, which is really good. That's nice of him. Anyway, welcome to Elton. We're going to head to the...
We're technically not in either.
Well, we're not really in either. Welcome to between Elton and Orston, because we're going to Elton and Orston station. We're just going to walk up here and we'll be there. I'll update you shortly. Welcome to Elton and Orston station. We've just arrived after getting off that 833 bus that you saw. Luckily, the driver actually did us a solid because we were actually due to walk about 15 minutes from the nearest bus stop. But the driver said, where do you want to get off? We just said around here, and it was right next to the station, so that was pretty good going. Really good of him. Anyway, so as the 833 serves here hourly, or serves around here. There's literally no specified bus stop, so it's a hail and ride area. But the station itself is very minimal in terms of what serves it. It's unstaffed and offers no facilities other than like 2 shelters. There's not a ticket machine here. Other than 2 shelters, that's the only facilities they do. Bicycle storage, timetables and modern help points, that's also what they have, so they have all that stuff. But yeah, this is one of those buy on board stations, so yes. On weekdays, Saturdays, on Saturdays, sorry, we'll use Saturday example because it is Saturday we're filming this. It is 1 train to Nottingham at 05:57 and 1 service to Skegness at 17:10, which is what we're getting on. No Sunday service, but it does operate on bank holidays. So yes, the station recorded only 40 entries and exits at this station, so that pretty much answers your question of this video of which one's the least busiest. So you already know what it is. It's pretty obvious, so I won't actually ask you that in this video. But making it Britain's least used station in the 2021-2022 period, it isn't anymore. It is Nottinghamshire's least used station, as 1 stop down the line from Leicestershire's least used station, which is Bottesford, which we're also going to today. By 2023, the station had become the 3rd least used station in the UK. It's gone up since 2023, 2024, 2023, 2024. It saw actually an increase in 212 passenger entries and exits, so it's actually done pretty good there. But yeah, that's about it. That is Elton and Orston station. Glad we've covered it because we're going to get a train from here and you'll see that shortly. But yeah, it's 2 platforms. There's a barrow crossing that connects them, and yeah, it is a very, very poorly served station in terms of trains, but we're here and we're doing it, so yes. Update you shortly when we get on our train to Bottesford. Update you soon. Right, passing now is a East Midlands railway service from Liverpool Lime Street to Norwich. Nice 2-tone there. It's 2158s. (158.863) and 158.774, heading through to the next stop of Grantham. So then up one goes. So yeah, this line is on the Nottingham to Grantham line, so you will see these trains pass through as well.
Another one on.
So I'll update shortly. Also passing through is a East Midlands railway service from Skegness to Nottingham. Which is 17203, which I believe is an ex-Southern unit, X171 if you like, heading through to Nottingham. Sorry, ignore me, it was ex-TFW, 17203. I was right in saying, well, I wasn't right, I said Southern, but I just got corrected, yeah. Ex-TFW unit, 3-car, heading to Nottingham. So our train, the 1710, should be the next thing that comes through. So yeah, just admire this Actually really interesting little station that hardly gets any trains, only 2 a day, and we actually managed to cover it today, so really good. So Bottesford next, and we'll update you when our train arrives. Passing through there is 17424 on the service to Liverpool Lime Street. That is an ex-Southern unit, that one. But arriving in now is R1710 East Midlands Railway service from Nottingham to Skegness, which we're taking over to Bottesford. This one is the last call of the day, and probably the last call of the week actually, because there's no trains here on Sundays. So the next call here will be at around 5 AM ish on Monday. 17201 on this one. So it is an ex-Transport for Wales unit. I will update you when we go over to Bottesford. Right, there goes 17201 heading out to Skegness from Nottingham. We're now here at Bottesford. This station is in Leicestershire. So we've actually changed counties this time. And the only time I believe in the day we're going to change counties is the majority of this is in Nottinghamshire, barring the one, which is this one. So I'll update you shortly with a couple of facts. The station, despite the fact it doesn't have a great service, it's better than Elton Orston's, but still, we're going to make our way over to the other platform, wait for a train back to Nottingham, and then we will be busing it to a couple other stops. We've got Bingham still to go, and also Netherfield and Radcliffe, which will also be done in the trip today. But you'll see them later on. We're at Bottesford. I'll update you shortly. Right, welcome to Bottesford station, located it does serve the village of Bottesford in Leicestershire, so we are in a different county, as I said. We're about 15 miles east of Nottingham, and it's on the line to Grantham, Grantham being physically the next stop you can get to, as there is a junction at that point. Actually no, sorry, the line just carries on, doesn't it, and then crosses over at Grantham for a junction after that, because it reverses. There was also interestingly plans to open a community garden on a derelict piece of land here at the station. It was opened in 2019 and it was opened by the Duchess of Rutland. So yeah, passenger steam trains obviously ran through here as well. I mentioned that obviously yesterday as well on yesterday's section of the video, Aslockton. But there was also an old link to the old GNR Newark to Leicester cross-country route, a short distance to the east of this station. This remained in use for freight until 1988, but has since been lifted. So yes, there is a station building here. I don't think it is grade 2 listed though, but it could well be. No, it's not. But it's not grade 2 listed at all. But it is an old station building that remains here at Bottesford. So yes. We're going to make our way to, we're going to wait for a train actually here at Bottesford. As you can tell as well, the footbridge is fairly modern as well, so they seem to have done it up. We're going to wait for a train here. We're going to catch a train back into Nottingham to then catch a bus out to the next station on the plan, which is Netherfield, so we'll update you soon. I tell a lie, I'm wrong. I just double checked my plan because I wasn't actually too sure. From here, we are going on a train back to Bingham. That's where we're going next. And then it's a bus back into Nottingham. I'll update you shortly. Crikey. They're being Australian. I'm not doing that. Arriving in is the 1754 East Midlands Railway service from Skegness to Nottingham. This one we've got a ex-ScotRail unit. First one we've had today. and it is 174.17. And we're going to take this to Bingham. A lot of people coming back from Skegness for the day, I imagine. So yeah, I'll update you shortly. There goes 174.17 heading out to Nottingham. There is a Skegness service right next to us. We'll see that one go out as well in a second. Sure. And there goes 172.03 on the 1809 service to Skegness from Nottingham. So we're now here at Bingham station, and we'll talk about this one in just a moment. Here we are. Alright, welcome to Bingham station, located in the market town of Bingham, Nottinghamshire. We're back in Nottinghamshire now. The station is 8 miles east of Nottingham on the Nottingham to Skegness line. We've been here already today, but by bus, and we were here yesterday as well to get back from Aslockton, but obviously we've come here to the station now. The station, passenger service started here in 1850. It was located on the line first opened by the Ambergate, Nottingham, Boston and Eastern Junction Railway and taken over by the Great Northern Railway. So yes. Bingham was also served by Bingham Road Station, which is on the Great Northern and London and North Western Joint Railway. So they had services between Nottingham, London Road and stations over to Northampton of all places. So yes. This is also on the line. This is the only station, intermediate station, that has a regular service. So Bingham has a generally hourly service, but all the others, so Aslockton, Elton Orston, Bottesford, Netherfield and Radcliffe, all have an irregular service compared to this one, which is hourly. So you'll always get a call here, but you'll get a call at one of the other stops on a service. It's not always the same. So you could get Bingham and Aslockton, you could get Bingham and Netherfield, you could get all of them together, you could get 2 of them with Bingham, but they'll always call it Bingham. So yes. So that is Bingham station done. We're now heading back to Nottingham to then head to Netherfield. Update you shortly. Right, so here we are at Nottingham City Centre. There is the main line route. It's going back to Bingham. It's an E200 MMC, we just took it. And now we're going to head to another bus and catch that to Netherfield, update you shortly. And another MMC pulling in on the I4, which came from San Diego, which is a local area nearby. There's the 44 heading to, how do you say, is it Gedling?
Gedling.
Heading off on NCT's route, in the 44. We have a 44 back home in Plymouth as well. It means no relevance to the fact we're in here, but still, I just thought I'd say it. Anyway, welcome to not Radcliffe, Netherfield. We were here technically this morning when we were at Carlton station, but now we're going to go to actual Netherfield station. Update you shortly. Right, welcome to Netherfield station. This station is a big island platform with 2 platforms. We'll go down and talk about its facts in just a second. Again, quite a limited service here, but we are getting a train from here, so we'll update you shortly with that. But yeah, Chris is just walking down these steps and we will make our way into Nottingham again, because we've got to change back to go to the last station, Radcliffe, because it's all very awkwardly linked up. But yes, update you shortly. Alright, welcome to Netherfield station, which sounds like something you'd hear out of Minecraft. Yes, that's what I think. This station originally opened as Colwick and later known as Netherfield and Colwick. It does serve the town of Netherfield and the borough of Gedling in Nottinghamshire, so we are just outside of Nottingham in here. We have it comprises a single island platform with 2 tracks, and that's about it. It did used to have a waiting shelter, but they've got rid of it. So yes. Access is via a flight of steps down from Chaworth Road, which is a local road nearby, which crosses the line at bridge at this point, which is obviously what we were standing on just a minute ago. The station is little used in comparison with nearby Carlton on the Nottingham to Lincoln line, which lies barely, it's only about a 6-minute walk from here. It's quite short. They're extremely limited trains with just 7 peak time trains calling at the station on a typical weekday. It did used to have a plus scheme here as well, where combined train and bus tickets could be bought at a reduced price. However, it was withdrawn due to low usage owing to the limited train service. So although it is, the locality of Netherfield is still counting under the Nottingham Plus Bus scheme. So yes. One early service also here extends over to Liverpool Lime Street, and the remainder operates to Skegness. So it's generally about 6 or 7 trains a day each day, barring Sundays. So yes. But yeah, there was plenty of other trains that used to serve here, but the station has just significantly reduced in frequency of trains. It also marks the junction for the disused line to Gedling, which separates to the north 50 yards east of Netherfield. The branch then goes under the A612 road, bridges the Nottingham to Lincoln line, crosses over the A612 and terminates at Gedling coal mine. I doubt any freight still goes there, but there you go. Another real station of interest really. This line has quite a few, so yeah. We might see a train pass through. If we do, cool. If we don't, then we'll just wait for our train. We'll update you shortly. There goes 170-423 there, heading through on a East Midlands Railway service to Boston from Nottingham. That's the last train going past Grantham tonight, I believe. There might be like another Boston, but I'm not sure. Then that one goes to Boston anyway.
There's another Boston.
There's another Boston as well. Okay, but the Skegness ones are done now. Update you shortly. Right, arriving now is going to be the 2018 EMR service to Nottingham from Skegness. 170-422, which we're taking back to Nottingham to then go back on ourselves. This one is an ex-Southern unit. It's very quiet, yeah. I'll update you when we get to Nottingham. Made it to Nottingham now, and we're now going to go back on 170-422 to head over to Radcliffe, the last station we need today. So we're going to head on board 170-422 ex Southern unit again and take that to Radcliffe on the 2045 service to Boston. I'll update you shortly when we get to Radcliffe. Right, we're now at the last station of today, which is Radcliffe, and the partner now is 170-422. Heading off to Boston from Nottingham. We'll talk about this station in just a moment. This station again is very poorly served in comparison. Some local artwork on the station and stuff, but we'll check that out in a second. Right, Radcliffe station does serve the village of Radcliffe on Trent, located in Nottinghamshire, about 5 miles out of Nottingham. The station is only served by a few trains a day. They do run between Nottingham and Skegness. 4 to Skegness do stop here, and 1 late evening service to Boston, which we've just got off of. All trains EMR, because EMR do pass through along here as well. There's once a day call towards Liverpool, and also 1 train on Sunday also stops here going to Norwich, I believe. I don't know if that's still the case, so you know, good fact check there, but yeah, that's, I think that is what happens generally. The station was renamed from Radcliffe on Trent, so it was originally called Radcliffe on Trent, but now it's actually called Radcliffe brackets Nottinghamshire, but it was just renamed to Radcliffe in 1974 with the brackets Nottinghamshire alongside it, just not to get mixed up with anywhere. So Radcliffe is quite a common name you'd hear across the UK. Opened in 1850 by the Ambergate, Nottingham, Boston and Eastern Junction Railway, and the Great Northern and London and Western Joint Railway opened in 1879 from Saxondale, which was a Saxondale Junction, which is a few miles east of this station, which then provided a Nottingham to Northampton service, which ceased in the 50s. So yes, we'll finish up very shortly, but yeah, this is Radcliffe, and that's a couple of facts. Right, with Radcliffe done, and with pretty much every station done today, well, not pretty much, it is all of them done. Thank you for watching today's episode of Every Platform from Nottinghamshire and / slightly Leicestershire. One station, Bottesford. If you have liked what you've seen, do like and subscribe, and do leave any. Why is that flickering? Do leave any comments, because I will get back to them as and when I can, and any recommendations are welcomed. So please do leave those in the comments. Thank you, Chris, for coming with. To lovely girlfriend Kat as well for coming with as well. Also to Sophie and Joshua and Rob. Also nice to see you guys as well. It's been great to see everyone. And yeah. So that is Nottinghamshire done. It has been a very good day, a very, very successful day. Would you agree?
Yeah, in spite of some shenanigans.
Yeah, some very early morning shenanigans from EMR. Despite all that, it's been a success. I also want to just give a big thanks to Chris, because he planned the Nottingham to Grantham line. So, and he's planned it to absolute perfection. So, including the bit involving Aslockton yesterday. Yeah, and the Aslockton bit and the Attenborough bit, Chris also planned, and I planned Nottingham to Newark. But because Chris is so local here, I thought it might be nice if he helped plan it, because I know he would know it better than I would. So I wasn't going to offend him.
That's really eerie.
So yes, right, we're going to head back, and we'll yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. The next trip you'll see on Every Platform will be back in London again, where we will do the Kingston Loop. You'll see what stations are included there. It does include the Shepperton branch. So yes, you'll see that next. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on South Western Railways network again. Bye for now.